Okay, so we have scope. We have two persons, yeah, actually three persons assigned on this scope. Before we continue with projects and tasks, we should get confirmation, this status, confirmation of participation in scope. Let's fix this. This is an important step, because until all participants confirm participation in scope, they will not be able to see any details about projects and tasks. To do confirmation, we have special gadget in dashboard. Oops, yes, that's the situation. That's actually technical limit. We should save layout after any changes in dashboard. Okay, now we can see assign scope gadget. Here we are. Okay, great. So now I'm logged in as a developer, John Gray, and as we can see, we have one scope waiting for me to get confirmation. I confirmed. A little bit justify layout, move it down, save layout, okay, log out, do the same stuff for our coordinator, ABC, Michael, Michael Bloom. Michael doesn't need too much of tasks in our sample. Great. Confirm. Okay, all the participants are now in the sandbox. It's a time for project manager to create project, milestone, tasks in scope, and assign developer. Let's do this. That will be go to projects. Okay, we have only one scope now, ABC Ltd, and yeah, the project is web site development, and the project status is, well, construction. That's it. Tasks. Well, let's do simple planning. Consider that it will be very simple, straightforward, one iteration process, and yeah, just to make it simple, let's use standard group stages as tasks name. So the first one will be inception, and middle priority status. I'll assume that we started last week, so it's supposed to be in progress. And it's just 8 hours. Okay, 21st, 9 o'clock. And suppose it should be finished at 6 6 o'clock p.m. Please pay attention to date format. It should be exactly like this. As usually, save change after we specified major attributes. And very important is to assign resources just after creation of the task. In the list of resources, we have all the persons who confirmed participation in scope. That's why we must do this step before we start any project management. And we have John Gray as a person who's supposed to do all the tasks in this project. Okay, new task. Elaboration. Same priority. That's the task which should be started today, let's say so. Put it in progress. And it's also 8 hours. And it's task for Monday. Start at 9. Finish at 6. Day activity. John again. New task. Construction. Same priority. This task is still in plan, it's for tomorrow. It's, well, it's 3 days task, so 24 hours. John. And transition, new task. In plan, that will be, well, transition normal takes most of the time, 1 week. Start this Friday. Oops. Start this Friday. Finish next Friday. Next Friday. 9 o'clock. 6 o'clock. John. Bob. And even Michael. Transition definitely will involve customer. Okay, so now we do breakdown of our tasks, and it becomes more or less clear when we can have milestones. So let's specify milestones for the project. To do this, we should find it first, and we can look for all projects for ABC Ltd. Okay, we have website development. Milestones. The first milestone, okay, will be probably at the beginning of transition, when we have something to show for the customer. And it's supposed to be Friday this week. Let's say, yeah, 15. Passing date should be specified when the milestone is actually passed, and it's not deadline, it's just demo for the customer. Done. And of course we have a contract, so we have a deadline. Final release. That should be done week after Friday, let's see, 15, and this is deadline. Okay, 2 milestones. Now it's a time to let developer to do his job. We do logout, we log in as John. Great. Okay, it's a dashboard for John Gray. We have 4 tasks. Inception is supposed to be started actually last Friday. That's why it's red here. And let's assume that actually Inception is done. So that Bob was a little bit late with registering of project in the system. So John supposed to start with elaboration today, and he do it. As a developer, I can actually check my... Oh, yes, it's not saved yet. As a developer, I have another useful gadget, and this is personal activity gadget. This gadget shows really my time spent this week, previous week, this month, previous months, vacation days left, day offs, and stuff like that. So it's a good idea to have it on the screen. Don't have too much space. That's live. Okay. So meanwhile, John is working on the task. The customer and the project manager can check actually activity in the project, and the first stuff would be probably for Bob to fix actually his mistake and register time which was spent by John last Friday. Let's do this. He has possibility to do it manually. Yep. Yeah, I have Bob has one task now, transition. He goes to tasks and he checks project, selects Inception and goes to registrations, and here he can add registration, and of course it will be John because John is a single assigned developer for this task. And well, Bob knows that John is an accurate guy. He started as planned, and he actually worked a little bit later. And doing manual registration, manager must put a comment, and he says that, well, late registration. So now 10 hours are registered for John,